We've seen how rational numbers can be used for counting and measurement. In this video, we look at how rational numbers can be represented on a number line. Let's start with an example. You want to take measurements around a pond as part of managing an ecosystem. How can you use a number line to measure positions A and B? Each tick mark is half a yard. This number line shows distances above and below the water line, which is labeled 0. Let's start with point A. It is 1, 2, 3 units below the water line. This is the same as 3 half yards, or 1.5 yards. Since point A is below the water line, the value of A is -1.5, as shown here. Now let's look at point B. It is 1, 2, 3, 4 units above the water line. That's 4 half yards, which is equal to +2, as shown here. Number lines are effective tools for displaying rational numbers and showing relationships among the numbers. Let's look more in depth at this number line. Here is a horizontal version of the number line. The arrows at each end indicate that the line extends to infinity, which means that there are an infinite number of rational numbers. Each tick mark represents a unique rational number. Here is 0, and all rational numbers to the right are positive. All rational numbers to the left are negative. Not only that, the numbers are in sequential order. This means that as you go from left to right, the numbers increase in value. And as you go from right to left, the numbers decrease in value. A number line is useful for graphing rational numbers and better understanding the values they represent. Let's look at another example. The fish is 8.5 feet below the waterline, and the seagull is 12.5 feet above the waterline. Use a number line to show their relative positions. A number line can be used to graph the positions of different objects relative to a 0 point. Here is the 0 point of this number line. All tick marks to the left of this represent negative rational numbers, and all tick marks to the right represent positive rational numbers. Counting 8 tick marks to the left is -8, which represents the whole number portion of the depth at which the fish can be found. Similarly, counting 12 tick marks to the right is +12, which represents the whole number part of the altitude of the bird. To find -8.5, move a half tick to the left from here. To find +12.5, move a half tick to the right from here. Let's look at a final example. With this thermometer, each tick mark represents a change of 5 degrees Fahrenheit. The two temperatures that are highlighted are the low and high temperatures for the day. What are the temperature readings? You can think of a thermometer as a vertical number line, but we can orient it horizontally to make it look like a regular number line. Here is the horizontal version of the number line with the points highlighted. Notice that we oriented it so that the negative values are to the left and the positive values are to the right of 0. This point is 5.5 tick marks to the left, but remember each tick mark represents 5 degrees. So this mark represents -5.5 times 5, which is -27.5 degrees Fahrenheit. This point is 6 tick marks to the right of 0, so this represents 6 times 5, or 30 degrees Fahrenheit. So you can see how number lines are very useful for representing rational numbers. These number lines can be horizontal or vertical. For horizontal number lines, negative values are to the left of 0. For vertical number lines, Negative values are below zero.